Good morning, guys. Welcome to the JB Morning Show. Hope you're well. What I'd love you to do for me is like, share, or comment on this. Let me know that you've been through at least. So today we're going to talk about how can you improve your mental health, as it is Mental Health Awareness Week. As always, I am not a counsellor. I'm not a trained mental health nurse or doctor. Everything that I talk about is purely based on my own experience, my own thoughts, guys. All right? So before we do that, let me just show you this amazing view. Sorry, podcasters. Look at that, boom. Planes flying off into the distance on holiday. Beautiful. All right, listen. So when I think about improving my physical health, I think about how do I make sure that is maintained or it gets better? And the quick answer is exercise, eating well, staying away from fast food, staying away from a massive calorie surplus, staying away from drinking, smoking, drugs, just generally taking care of my own physical presence and body. So when we try to improve our mental health, what are we talking about? Well, I kind of feel that we're improving the way that we think. We're improving our emotional state and our emotional fitness. We're improving our behaviours because we get frustrated with our behaviours. We're improving the control we have on our life. And the things that tend to have an effect on our mental health certainly did for me on negative external influences, overwhelm, stress from different sources, whether it be family or whether it be work, and consistent barrage of those emotions, frustration, stress and overwhelm, consistently and over again. A lack of purpose, a lack of understanding in our mind, and all of these things are kind of like parallel with like calorie surpluses or drink, cigarettes, lack of exercise. Just like it is for physical health, those are the negative influences for mental health, because it continues to plague your mind. I know that when I was struggling, it was just a constant barrage of emotion over and over again, a complete lack of control and hold of my own life, which is what led to my downfall. Okay, just like it would do if I was neglecting myself physically. I'd end up getting bigger, fatter, more unhealthy. So how can we how can we improve that mental health? I'm just going to share some things with you that I do and why they do. They're not necessarily going to cure you, but I think what we have to understand is that I know that even though I am in an amazing place from where I was, I still have my bad days. So I know that yesterday morning, for 3 hours yesterday morning, I struggled. But I've got a lot better at building up these coping mechanisms, putting into practice what I'm going to show you, that helps me massively to be able to overcome it, process it and move forwards. And I think it is just about practicing whatever helps you personally. Listen, so let's go into a couple of these things. So one of the reasons I love running is because when I run, it allows me to forget the world. It allows me to forget everything that's going on in the world, in my life. It allows me time to process emotions that are going on in my head, thought processes. It allows me to make sense of situations. It allows me to put perspective on things. And I think that is a great tool to have in your belt when you do struggle mentally and your mind is completely fucked at times because of just the overwhelm of life. And running has always been one of those things that I missed. When I did my first 100 in 2017, I just kind of stopped running until I'm training for this 100 now. And one of the reasons I'm looking forward to the 100 so much is I get 24 hours by myself. I get to test my mind and build up my mind and make it stronger, fitter and healthy. But I also get to reflect on my life for 24 hours. And that's what I'm planning to do. I'm planning to do this massive reflection. Okay, where I've come from, where I'm going, what we've done. And I think that's really important for a lot of guys. It's really taking that time on those runs, not just to keep physically fit, but to improve your mental fitness. Because because we do pay money to join gyms, boot camps and online products to improve our physical health all the time, but we never improve our mental health. We never build up the coping mechanisms required to be much stronger in our mind. And the same goes not just for running, but for a gym workout or exercise in general, because exercise in general allows us to alleviate the black cloud that kind of sits around our head. And that black cloud is just all those emotions that are built up. I remember kind of having it and being sort of numb and dull and aching and like nothing is going to work. I used to listen to people telling me to go exercise and I would like, it's not going to help, until I actually got up and started doing it regularly. When I stand in that sea, when I go swimming in the sea, and I'm just in there and I'm in that moment and I'm just swimming in that sea, or I'm just standing in there taking it all in, again, it's another thing that I'm doing that helps me kind of process and understand my emotions. Okay, it's another thing that helps me be in complete control. And control being a key word, I'm going to come back to that in a minute. I'm just at one with nature. I'm away from the work environment. I'm away from any stressful environment. It's just me and nature. Now, it's not going to cure you, but it's going to help you. Mentally, I promise you it is. Because it's a positive thing. And what we need to do is introduce more positive elements to our lives to make us feel a lot better, happier. Change the way that we think, rewire our mind. And it's a brilliant thing to do. You can go walking in the woods, you go walking on the hill. Really, what I want you to do is be more in tune with yourself and more in tune with your mind and reflecting more and thinking more. Another big part of it for me personally, has always been the control of my life. Now, control, okay, for me is one of the biggest aspects of where we struggle mentally. A lack of control leads to anxiety. When we're not in control, we get anxious. When we get anxious, we become overwhelmed. We then become frustrated and stressed, and over a continuous period of time, it almost slips into depression. So what we have to do is be more in control of our lives. So things that I do with my clients, and as well as myself, and I have to do it, is be planned, is to be structured, is to be organised, is to know my time management, to know my time, because when I'm in control, there's less stress, there's less overwhelm, there's less worry, there's less anxiety, okay? And that was a massive thing for me. That's something I've really built on in the last 2 years, and I feel in the last couple of weeks I've really gone up another level in terms of my control, work-life balance, and it reduces everything that's going on up in here. And the more you can control externally, the better you'll feel internally. And the more you can control externally, the better you will feel internally. And which is why I teach my guys to be so resilient. Because life is a constant roller coaster of ups and downs that will never fucking change. Guys, understand that will never, ever fucking change, ever. You are going to be facing problems probably daily for the rest of your life, whether they're small or large. What you can change, though, is how you react, is how you act as an operator in life, how you deal with those situations, how you cope with those situations. That is what you can change. You become much stronger mentally, and that is the mental health. You improving that mental health side of things. You're improving the headspace in between your ears. To say that doesn't matter. I don't want to know you. You're negative. This is not a problem. I can deal with this. In control. Right, guys. I really hope that helps. I really hope that's going to give you some, maybe a gold nugget here or there to move you forwards. I could go on and talking about it, but I just wanted to give you like a little sort of dipping my toe in and kind of give you some thoughts on my own experience. What I think has worked for me maybe will work for you. I know it works for the guys in the Brotherhood. But listen, have an amazing day, and I will catch you